Namaste everyone. Namaste everyone. Waiting for where is Purna is still not here.
Namaste, Kumar.
Namaste. Namaste. So let's start with 3 ohms. Hopefully Purna will show up to start to do the rest of the prayer. Please take a deep breath. Namaste and good morning, everyone. So looks like Purna is not here. So we'll say a short prayer and then we'll get started. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sarirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Namaste. Yeah, quite a few are missing today because they sent me messages that they won't be able to join. But the surprising part is Mohan, Usha were supposed to be missing, but they are here. Good, thank you. So let me share the screen so that we can quickly see what we covered last week. Uh, uh, okay, we stopped at 26, Sutra 26, I believe. Okay, so let's go back. We started in Sutra 19, 18 or 18, I think, which was which was the addendum to the first section, the 3 sutras that describes the various states that one can attain from samyama state, which is described in Sutra 16 or somewhere, 15 or 16, and then the samprajna state, which is the highest state in samadhi. So any state in between is loosely called asamprajna, but that's not a term, that's not the vocabulary in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Patanjali does not mention that name at all. This is by other scholars who have written Bhashya, a summary on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So some of them mention this and mention this asamprajna, name that they have coined for the states in between states. And asamprajna is also is a state probably described in other philosophies. So, I mean, we can loosely call, because when you put a, it means not, right? Most of the times, not always, but most of the time. So this is samprajna state, and anything that is not, we can loosely say asamprajna. But just remember that it's not a term that Patanjali uses. So in Sutra 18, he says virama. Virama means generally, also it means a holiday, end of work. So any vacation is also called virama. So when what has ended, when all the activities, when the chittavrittis have ended, when beliefs have become inactive, and the pratyaya, when on all our beliefs and convictions and all those, typically meaning all the chittavrittis also have ended, and inactive, become inactive after sufficient practice. Sufficient practice of what? Of the detachment that we talked about, vairagyabhyam, we talked about. We covered that sutra earlier, where we say that nairantarya, without a break, when we do those kind of abhyasa, then we say so that's what 18 is saying, when beliefs have become inactive after sufficient practice, with only the samskaras or impressions. Samskaras are all the karma, klesha, and vasanas. Only that is there. We have not done anything to them. They are still there. So this state they are calling as, it's another state. Whereas samprajna state, where everything is gone. The karma, klesha, vasana, everything has gone. Everything is gone, excepting you are just connected to the divine. So this is what he's saying is another state. And then in the next sutra, he says, Bhava Pratyayo Videha Prakriti Layanam, meaning when during your practice, during your abhyasa, to quieten the chitta, if you are focusing on any disembodied being, that is the world of spirits, that's what we saw, which is all in zone B. It could be anything. It could be your grandparents, great-grandparents, whoever is not here, some family guru, whatever. Then spiritually, you will only evolve up to that point. That's the maximum you can get. That's what he says here. In Sutra 20, he says that so many, all these other states can be achieved or attained by faith or devotion, by energetic disposition, by remembering, by using memory, samadhi, is cosmically connected state, and prajna, deep knowledge through heightened. All these things come to you during this process. That's what he says. So from there, we said, at this point, we said the first section of Samadhipada is complete, because until this point, Patanjali Muni is speaking about a type of karma yoga. He says being detached, not and looking, being trying to get to the state of meditation and then getting into a state of complete focus. All that he has described. Now he says, if you can't do any of those things, to do all these things, he says, to be able to do this, and to get those states, it comes at the speed of your intensity. The speed at which these states will come to you is based on is proportional to the intensity of your effort. And then he says, this intensity could be mild, moderate, or intense in magnitude, and based on that, the speed at which you're going to get the states. That's what it is. So, having said all this and having completed that part of karma yoga, he says, if you cannot do any of these things, then Ishvara Pranidhana is the way to go. That is surrendering, completely surrendering to the divine is the way to go. And then he is describing that Ishvara to us. And he says, this Ishvara, who is this Ishvara? Saying God, that Ishvara. Whenever we say God here in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it means Ishvara, which means that unmanifest divine. The special Purusha is untouched by the presence of the fruitioning of klesha and karma patterns. That is, he is beyond the karma klesha. That is why in that PPT we saw that is in zone A. And then in this God, what is the characteristic of this God? In this God is the source of all knowledge. That's what he says. He is the source of all knowledge. Not only that, he is also the guru of all the people, of all the gurus of the past, and all the gurus of the current, and all the gurus of the future. Meaning, God is the only genuine guru. Every other guru, whatever he speaks, whatever he talks, whatever he writes, it is all from the inspiration of the divine, from Ishvara. That's what is the meaning of this. So, many people have their family guru. Don't get attached to the physical body. That's what it means. Don't get attached to that physical form. See beyond that, how the guru is connected to the divine. And we have to connect to that divine and not to the guru. That's the meaning of that. So we'll move on to the new sutra. Any questions up to this point? Okay. Tasya vachakah pranavah. Tasya vachakah pranavah. So he's saying, what is he saying here? Tasya means he's referring to the previous sutra. There he said Ishvara, God. So Tasya means he the God. Vachakah is vacha. Vacha means speech, utterances, the verbal expression. That's what it means by vachakah. Pranavah, literally that which is the source and support of creation and is known to be the sound of Om. Pranavaha, actually, it is made of two words. The pra and then the anuvaha, anu. So the pra stands for prakrishta. Prakrishta means we already saw this. Wherever this prefix comes, it means very subtle. That's what it means. So anuvaha, anu means atom, the smallest. So what really this means is the pranavaha is from the smallest to the biggest. It's all in the speech of the divine. And that speech is nothing but the sound of Om. Pranava is the word or utterance of the divine. Any questions here?
So can I take Om as vibration?
Om is really actually the next sutra is covering that. Yes. See, any spoken word has to be a vibration, right? So that's what is covering in the next sutra. We'll move on to that sutra now. Just want to check if there is anything else I'm saying here. So that's what he says in that pranava, that anavaha means anything that is in the nature of the smallest particle, right? So in the next sutra, he is going to explain why he has mentioned that, because the smallest particle is what is used for the vibration. Meaning, anything that is, as an example, whatever vibrations are going on in our system, our software, is electromagnetic wave in nature. And we know that electromagnetic waves travel in air or anywhere in any medium by vibrating the particles. So that's why he uses the word, that's why that word pranavaha. In a very subtle manner, those particles are vibrating there. And the name given to that is Om. Is it making any sense? For those of you who do not have an electronic background, electromagnetic waves are the waves that are used for communication. So right now I'm speaking from my laptop. I have a connectivity to the Wi-Fi of my house. So from the laptop itself, whatever I'm speaking, the microphone picks it up, changes it into electrical waves, and then there is a component here, the Wi-Fi component, which is going to make it into a set of waves that can be transmitted to the Wi-Fi receiver, to the router. So the router picks it up, and then the router takes it and then it feeds it to the modem. And from the modem, it finds its way across the internet to the cell tower, wherever it has to go. And then from there to the satellite, especially for people who are in India. And from the satellite, it comes to the satellite ground station. All these are electromagnetic waves. That's how the entire intelligence, whatever I'm speaking, is carried. And finally, it comes to your house, to your laptop or your cell phone, whatever you have. And then the cell phone receives it, strips it of all the electromagnetic waves, and then puts it out to the speaker so that you can hear my voice. So this electromagnetic wave is made of two parts. One is the electrical and the other is the magnetic. They both vibrate in perpendicular planes, like the X and Y planes. And then the resultant, when they are mixed together, the resultant is in a plane that is perpendicular to both of them. It's like if you go to the corner of the room, you can feel that, there are three planes, three lines there. So you can think of one line as the electrical wave, the other one as the magnetic wave, and the third one is the resultant electromagnetic wave. This is the direction in which the waves go out to the outside world. I don't know how much sense I'm making to non-electrical people, but this is how it works. And this is how we all studied. We studied so much. And this resultant wave, I'm sure Mohan and Badri and any other electronic person will recognize it. This is the resultant wave is called the Poynting vector. So much for that. So in Sutra 28, he says, Tat japaha tad artha bhavanam. Tat, that. Japaha. Japaha is like a seed mantra. Japaha, mental repetition or vibration of a mantra. Again, tad is that or tat. Artha is meaning or implication. We know in Tamil also we say artham, right? It's the same thing. Artha, meaning. Bhavanam, bringing understanding. It brings understanding. What does it do? We'll see the summary here. Meditation by vibrating on the mantra Om brings understanding of its intended meaning. So that's why they'll say Om meditation. In many groups do this Om meditation. So they focus not necessarily that they may say it loudly, but they may say internally also. In any case, that Om is vibrating on that. So by meditating on that Om mantra, you begin to understand, brings an understanding of its intended meaning.
So
What is really
Om,
the meaning behind that?
Om is made of three words, right? Ma.
Yes, yes.
So three words. So the
Three letters, yes.
three letters. So we say Ma or say Om, which
Either way.
either way.
Yes.
Okay. But I mean, when you chant Om, everybody is chanting Om.
Yes.
Everybody when they chant, every individual has different frequency. With right?
Everyone?
Everyone different frequency when you're sending the waves. Like
Yes.
you chant Om and I chant Om is a different frequency. So I mean, so how who receive this? God receives it. What happened?
Yeah, let him, he will receive it. Yes.
Yeah, but then what effect? The high frequency is a he receive high frequency better effect, or I mean,
It doesn't matter. Whatever, see, it all matters is, all that matters is how coherent is your transmission.
hmm,
I don't know if you understand the word coherent. Coherent is if you take a torchlight, a flashlight, and then you, when it is dark, you show it outside, you can see the beam of light is dispersing, right? It is becoming wider and wider, and after some time, you cannot see the light. Correct? Right? Yes, Surajji?
Yes, yes.
Yes. This is true of all, your car headlight, whatever. Whereas if you take a laser beam, it can travel hundreds of miles, thousands of miles without it being dispersed. I mean, without it being diverged. There is no divergence. We cannot say there is no divergence. The divergence is very, very minimal. It is so focused. So when our chanting is so focused, it will reach him. when the thing is not focused, you just say mechanically om om om. So there is no focus because the mind is going somewhere else.
So when you listen to Om, like on videos or a computer or something, and put it on, and it constantly saying Om Om Om, that vibration also effect, or just listening it but not chanting.
What do you mean? They're also chanting om.
No, but I mean when you listen, it's like if you go on YouTube or something to chant Om.
Yeah, I understand. I understood your question.
Yeah.
So it is the same om that they are also chanting, correct?
Hmm.
Hmm.
So we
No,
do.
your question was, if I chant om, does it go to God and he answers me? So for that, I'm saying he will answer when that om chant is focused.
Okay.
It has to be like a laser beam.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll quickly diverge and everything is gone, right?
Okay. So you have to concentrate.
See, if you are 10 houses away from me and I want to attract your attention, I have to, that the small device with which we use to point on the screen. I can use that, and if you're standing there on your face, and you will know that something is hitting me.
Okay.
But if that is not focused, you won't even know.
Okay.
So you also have to attract the divine's attention. So that is done by that focus.
So basically, you have to chant Om when you are peaceful or in the one place. That focus is more concentration.
The peace is inside, not outside.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Peace meaning chitta vrittis have to die down. That is what is meant by peace. The peace comes only when the chitta vrittis are under control. Otherwise, there is no peace. Is the chitta vritti outside or inside?
Inside.
Inside. That's all. Whether you go to Himalayas, whether you go to Switzerland, whether you go and sit in Alps, doesn't matter. It is the chitta vrittis that have to quieten down.
Okay.
So that can happen right in your house. Yeah, the environment being a little quiet helps. That's all.
Okay.
But basically, if you do not know how to quieten down the chitta vrittis, wherever you go, it will chase you. Because it is with you, it has not gone outside. It is not outside, it is inside.
But that place make effect because most of the saints are going for tapa in Himalayan.
Sureshji, you are not listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it won't have any effect.
Mm-hmm.
But that effect is minimal. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes. These external things are minimal. Just by going to Himalayas, your chitta vrittis are not going to become quiet. The chitta vrittis are going to become quiet by your abhyasa, by your paying attention, by you absorbing all the Patanjali Yoga Sutras in full, understanding life, letting go of avidya, it all together. That's when the chitta vrittis become silent.
Okay.
Yes. So, any other question? Okay. So meditating on that Om mantra, again, this is all, you must relate it to the earlier sutras where he said, Dirga Kala, Satu, Dirga Kala, Nairantariya, Satkara Sevito, all those things. And then you start understanding the meaning of the mantra Om. Okay. Understanding the mantra of Om, what is it going to get us? Let us see. Tataha pratyakchetana adhigamaha api antaraya abhavaha cha. Tataha pratyakchetana adhigamaha api antaraya abhavaha abhavaha cha. So let us see word by word. Tatah, from this. From what? It is, referring to the previous sutra. From this, that is chanting Om in a very focused manner, and Dirgha Kala, Nairantarya, Satkara Sevito, all that with goodness inside. We keep chanting this. So from that kind of a chanting, Pratyak, inner. Pratyak is inner or inner and opposite. Chetana. Chetana we studied earlier in the pre-class. We spoke about this Chetana. So we all have two components, Chitta and Chetana, right? Chetana is also a software a piece that comes along with the Chitta, but this is a special software piece. So this Chetana is there only in living things. All living things have Chetana. What is this Chetana? This Chetana is the artificial intelligence, that is the ability to reprogram ourselves. So this is there in everything. In plant, let us say, plant, if you say, every plant grows in the direction of the sun so that it can get sun's rays for whatever it needs to do. But if you block the sunlight, it will always try to find a way to get back to sunlight, like bending, all that. Where does it come from? That is the Chetana that we are talking about. You're walking on the street and suddenly a car comes. You don't think, oh, car is coming, I have to move. Those things, it just happens. So we call it as an involuntary action. So that is Chetana. So this kind of ability in us to reprogram ourselves, anything that is you are able to reprogram is called Chetana. So from all this chanting of Om and from all these practices, the innermost Chetana, the innermost artificial intelligence comes forth, and all kinds of various obstacles that we normally talk about, they are all removed. That's what he's saying. So this Om has is so powerful that it wakes up Chetana in a very big way. And because of this Chetana, we are able to reprogram ourselves, which makes our connectivity to the divine stronger. That's what is the aim, right? We want to have that connectivity. So, and because of that connectivity and because of what we have done, all these various obstacles that could be there, antaraya, that's what he says, obstacles, abhavaha. So they are all removed. And because of the removal of the obstacles, we are able to connect to the divine. So Sutra 29 is the end of this section. This is section 2. And also it is the end of the Bhakti Yoga. So starting from Sutra 23, Ishvara Pranidhanatva, we started that. He started by saying, or by surrender to the divine. And then he defines the divine, and then finally ends by saying how by all this chanting of Om and things like that, how one can elevate themselves and reprogram whatever is needed to quieten down the chitta. And by quietening down the chitta by the ability, the quietening down of chitta. See, you have to see this in a proper perspective. Quietening down of chitta. The chitta is nothing but thoughts. Thoughts are nothing but vibrations. So we are saying, I have 1,000 thoughts or 2,000 thoughts or 5,000 thoughts, and constantly I'm being bothered by this. and I want to eliminate them. How do you eliminate them? By equal and opposite vibration. So Om is a generic vibration that provides that. So the Om vibration cancels out the unwanted vibrations of the chitta, the chitta vrittis. That's what you're talking about, right? The chitta vrittis. The chitta vrittis are vibrations. The chitta vrittis are cancelled out by equal and opposite vibration of the Om. And when they are cancelled out, then there is the ability for you, because the energy is, there's plenty of energy in the system, and you are able to connect to the divine. Any questions here? So because we are coming to a end of this section. So we have covered 2 sections. Until Sutra 20, it was all Karma Yoga. I mean, before, later part was Karma Yoga. The first was, he gave some introduction about the Chitta Vrittis and all that, so that we understand Karma Yoga better. And then he explains why that detachment is necessary, a focus is necessary, all that is explaining. And then he says, oh, he doesn't say in so many words. Then suddenly he says, if not, or by surrender to the Ishvara Pranidhanatva. And that's how he defined all the characteristics of the divine. And we have come to the end of the section where he says, this is how people who are in Bhakti Yoga, this is how they connect.
So, Kumar, meditation can also be one of the tool of Nirodha.
We have what?
Meditation is one of the tools for Nirodha.
Yes. When you say education, which education you are talking about?
No.
I will try to
Meditation.
to fall asleep.
Huh?
No, meditation
Yes,
is also one of the tool towards the Nirodha.
correct. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to make that point so that easy to remember.
Yes, actually, meditation is the tool. That is how you come to that Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Meditation is the tool. Even in Bhakti Yoga, they still will chant this Om mantra to get rid of the Chitta Vrittis, along with bhajans and devotional songs that they sing. Yes, good
Okay.
point. Thank you.
Thank you.
What about Tatiana? You said something.
Yes,
See?
last night I could not fall asleep, so I was using a mantra, but that is Om Mani Padme Hum, and that enabled me to fall asleep. I woke up. So that's just repeating Om would be sufficient.
Om? What else?
Meditating on Om would be sufficient
Yes.
for sleeping.
Yes, and we will find later on as we go, although it is not explicitly stated in his sutras, depending on your current state, Om may be sufficient to some, Om may not be sufficient to many. So, if I am fully into Laukikam, that's what you say. I mean, if I'm fully into the materialistic world, running with my children, doing this, doing that, I'm at work, blah, blah, blah. So, the Om may not work. For Om to work, you have to have grown to a level in spirituality. That is why various other mantras are given, like cream, Rom, rhyme, so many things are there. So those mantras are given based on your each individual's current state. So a guru who is well connected like Dr. Rajan, who is well connected, he can very quickly evaluate what is your resultant vibration. If that resultant vibration is rhyme, if you feel that rhyme is the one that will help you to quell the chittavrittis, then he will tell you chant rhyme. So you will be chanting rhyme internally, not externally. Internally, you will be chanting, and that vibration is equal and opposite to your chittavrittis, and that's how the chittavrittis will start quietening down. And after you do for months or years, then he will say, "Oh, yeah, now you can. Now I will give you a different mantra. This is Rome or Haim or Jaim, something like that." He will say. So you have to understand at that point that the earlier situation, from earlier situation, you have grown, and he has given you a new mantra to chant, and that's how you get. And then after a certain point, you'll say, "Okay, now you can keep chanting. Now you chant Om." That is, you have come to a state where the chittavrittis of all this materialistic world is kind of died down, and Om is good enough for you to now to keep on chanting to establish that connectivity. I mean, these are all different steps. So, however, Om is a universal mantra and a generic mantra. So, how much it will help each one again is subjective, but it will never do any harm. It can only help. Sorry, I cut out somebody.
Yeah, this is Mohan here.
Yeah.
So from what you said and what is said in 1.29, to reach the level where you are, capable of reprogramming, what I understand is that requires samprajnana level.
Yes.
Then only you can do that.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say you have to get to Samprajna level, because see, basic reprogram is already there in most of us, right? The AI thing is there in all of us. It's not that it's not there, it is there. But a heightened AI, meaning here he is really referring to by that mantra which quells all the things, all the chittavrittis, and by taking care of all the chittavrittis, now you have the full ability to absorb everything, which means the AI is fully at a very heightened level. And that heightened level, yes, as you say, comes from that connectivity. Yes.
So all mantras start with Om. Any mantra, like Om, Bhur, Bhuvasva, say Om, Hrim, Klim, Sim. So all mantras start with Om first.
Correct.
So that is a effective more other side of mantra or
So, see, why do they start with Om? I mean, apart from various reasons, religious reasons or whatever, we can intuitively understand. If you are at that level, very high level, just saying one Om, immediately that connectivity is established.
Okay.
Whatever little bit of, if there is some little bit of chittavritti, it is taken care of right away with one chant, with one vibration.
Okay.
That's how we should understand that. So, the corollary to that is, if I am unable to connect, I should keep on chanting Om until I get to a point and then chant the rest of the mantra, correct?
Okay.
So, for most of us, we'll be chanting it forever at our present condition. Anyways.
Thank you.
So, we saw all
Kumar?
that. Yes.
is there a way to chant Om, or just chanting Om is, I mean, there must be a way to chant Om, right? And the breathing, inhaling and exhaling plays a role in that connectivity.
See, mainly this Om in the meditation, you are going to chant internally without saying it out from your mouth. That's how most of us do. So
Okay.
there is no question of how it should be said, correct? Internally, I'm going to sit and for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever. Internally, I'm going to be saying Om, Om, Om. It doesn't matter in what frequency, how much I breathe in, how much I breathe out. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay? However, there are other schools which they say for 60% of the time. I mean, you take a deep breath, then you say for 60% of the time, and then you say ooh for 30% of the time, and then you chant for 10% of the time. So out of the 100%, 60, 30, 10. That's how they say. That is mainly for if you're going to chant externally. And
Okay.
not every school is going to agree on that ratio. So
Okay.
each school will say, one will say 60, 30, 10, another will say 50, 40, 10, other one will say 50, 30, 20. It all will vary depending on their guru, how he connected. See, the problem with all these things is you have to look at it. Some rishi, thousands of years back, because of his highly elevated status, he got connected. And then he got connected by chanting in a way, and that is what he gave it to his disciples. And the disciples never made their own discovery. I'm not saying all the disciples, some of them didn't make their own discovery. Then, because they didn't make the discovery, they said, okay, then they passed it on. Oh, this is how you have to chant 50, 30, 20. So this is how it is carried on. And we are now in a state where we want rules.
What happened was in 2017 till 2011, I used to chant Om as I knew. I mean, my own way. I used to chant whenever I wanted to, or I felt like. Then later, looking at these YouTubers, and then this Sadhguru says, Om, like you said, and Kriya Yoga says a different thing, like, breathe in, and then, from the spinal, from Muladhara, breathe in, and then it reaches the Sahasra chakra
Yes.
and all. So after that, I stopped chanting Om altogether because getting confused what way should I, and there is no one like in person to teach uh, the chanting.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what has happened. That's what is happening with everyone. I think I tell my daughters also to chant Om, but they don't know how to. I used to chant as I felt like, but now looking at other people, listening to other people, their own ways, the ways they ask to, it's getting more and more confused.
See, that's why I'm saying you have to understand the principle behind why we are chanting Om. The principle is what I explained earlier, is to cancel out the vibrations of the chittavrittis. The chittavrittis are vibrating. Each chittavritti is a vibration. They are all vibrating, chaotic. And we are saying there is a resultant vibration. Because of all this chaos, there is a resultant vibration. And this Om is supposed to kill that resultant vibration, or nullify that vibration. Why should we do that? Only when we do that, the chittavrittis fall silent. Only when the chittavritti falls silent, what happens? Come on, people. What happens when chittavritti falls silent? There is a
We
saying in
connect. We get to connect.
we connect. We connect to Ishvara. Hello?
Yes.
Yes? So
Yes.
for chittavrittis have to quieten, chittavrittis have to die down, and chittavrittis are vibrating. They are together. They are vibrating in various frequencies, and there is a resultant vibration. And it is that amplitude of that intensity of that is so high. There is no energy to do anything else. So that's why we chant Om or any other mantra. Let us say Om for now. We chant Om, and we see that the Om vibration is cancelling out this chittavritti's resultant vibration. And in that cancellation, the chittavrittis become silent. And in this and in that silence is when you're going to connect to Ishvara. Is this making
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
So can
Yes.
I use the word resonance here?
Yes. Yes. It's the equal and opposite thing, which is resonant. Yes.
I would like to add few things here, Kumarji.
Yes.
Is this all the sutras that we have about meditation? Does he get into any deeper in the later lessons?
There is plenty to come.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is when I meditate, I do not use Om. However, when I off late, it's been like two years. When I meditate, I feel a stinging sensation or some kind of electricity, like a small electric feeling, electricity passing through your Agnya chakra.
Yes.
I used to feel that when I used to meditate, but whenever I feel like I get into that focus state, I feel that sensation. So I don't know if he is going to talk more about it, or somebody said there is no right or wrong way. It's all like what your experience is, and whatever they experience is what they have documented. But I don't know how to interpret it.
See, the ultimate thing is we want to establish connectivity to Ishvara, correct? That's what we want.
Correct.
That's the state of samadhi. So to make that connectivity, we have to go through so many things. So I think in about next 7 or 8 sutras, he's going to give a prescription as to how to start meditation. Very, very, very wide open things he's going to give us. How to start meditation? How to start this? People who do not know how to meditate, he is going to give a lot of options. At least I think a good 10 options are there, I think, if not more.
Yeah.
And none of them is based on any particular mantra or anything like that. So just hold on. Things are coming. He's going to reveal a lot of things.
Can I ask
Yes.
something? At one point in my life, I lived near the building where they were training opera singers. And every morning, about 11 o'clock, I would hear them practicing. And they were practicing on a musical scale, starting lower and going higher and higher, like and then and like that. And it was happening to me. Could that be also connection? Because after that, several repetitions, they sound like nightingales.
Yeah, there is a see the Hindu Hindu structure is based on 4 types of Vedas. So, and one of the Vedas is called Sama Veda. So, if you take Hindus, born in Hindus, they will be following one of these Vedas. Okay. So out of that, out of the 4, one Veda is called Sama Veda, and the Sama Veda is very musical. All the chantings in Sama Veda, they sound like a song. What you say, from what I Sama Veda is like that. A particular type of, in Sama Veda itself, there is a section where it is just like what you said. Yes. So they could be practicing Sama Veda. And they say that Ishvara loves, is very, very, I mean, the Sama Veda is very, very close to his heart. So, but because of the musical nature, that's what some scriptures somewhere they are described that. We don't have to pay too much attention to how can the divine be biased towards anything. I don't think so. But because you brought up this topic, I'm saying there may be people here who belong to Samaveda too.
But I mean, these songs or bhajans or everything, it creates a lot of vibration. No, when you sing, like we like to go, like
everything is vibration.
Mantras are also spoken in different ways. Ano Bhadraha Kratavo Vishwatu Dabdasi. So those kind of, with all these musical mantras have accents, and it create I mean from joy from inside. So that is all.
Every sound is a vibration.
Yes.
And so some mantras, vibrations are meant for certain things. Some vibrations are meant for something else. So let's not go too much into that because we have things to cover.
Okay.
These are all things that one has to discover on their own. See, these are all experiential. See, the entire Yoga Sutra is experiential. So with that, let's move on to the next section. So, Sutra 30, we finished with 29. Sutra 30, this is the last section of this chapter. Okay, all right. I have tried Karma Yoga, didn't work. I tried Bhakti Yoga, it didn't work. Priya, are you listening? Yes. Priya Krishnan.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't muted. Yeah, I'm listening, Kumarji.
Okay. So all these things are for you. First 20 sutras did not work. The Karma Yoga thing did not work. Now we studied Bhakti Yoga for 8-9 sutras, 10 sutras, let us say. It did not, this also is not working. Now he says, why is it not working? So let us see. Sutra 30. Vyadi Sthana Samshaya Pramada Alasya Avirati Bhranti Darshana Alabdha Bhumikatva Anavasti Tatvani Chitta Vikshapastehe Antarayaha. So, Vyadisthana Samshaya Pramada Alasya Avirati Bhranti Darshana, all one line, okay? All together, there is no break at all. Bhranti darshana, alabdha bhumikatva, anavastitatvani. Now here there is a break here. Chitta vikshepastehe antarayaha. So let us see what he says here. Vyadi, we all know, I mean, especially all Indians would know, in every language, Vyadi means disease, illness. Sthana. So he's saying, he's explaining what kind of diseases that we have. And why is he saying that? He's saying it is because of this. The earlier things are not working for us. So he says, Sthana. Yes?
I finished it, yeah.
Okay. Sthana is dullness or mental inertia. Sthana means dullness or mental inertia. So when I'm saying this, when we are reading the meaning of this, you must map it yourself. What are the things that are applicable to you? If all of them are applicable, so be it. Sthana means dullness or mental inertia. Samshaya is doubtfulness, doubting everything. Today I will say God is there, tomorrow I will say no, because I got some pain and suffering, I will doubt the existence of God. He is not loving, he is not caring, he is not compassionate, he doesn't do anything good to me. Those kinds of doubts. Pramada, carelessness in what we do. One day we will do, next day we won't do. Or one day we will do at 6 a.m. in the morning, next day we will do at 10, like to do it at 10 a.m. in the morning. So that kind of carelessness. Pramada. Pramada means, in Tamil we say, Pramadama pesram, we'll say, there are two aspects to that. Pramadam in Tamil, though it means very good, in Sanskritam it is not, it means carelessness. So be careful about that. Alasya is laziness, being lazy. So I will say, okay, from today, before going to bed, I'll say from tomorrow morning, I'm going to start on this schedule. Next morning, I'll say, oh, I want to sleep for another half an hour, 40 minutes. Okay, I'll do it from day after. The next day, I will do it from tomorrow. And then the same thing. That tomorrow never comes. So laziness. Avirati. Lack of dispassion or craving for sense pleasure. We want this, we want that. Those kinds of sensual sense pleasures. Bhranti darshana. Wrong perception or delusion. In Tamil, we say Bhranti. We use this word, Bhranti. Alabdha bhumikatva. Right? Alabdha bhumikatva. Fear of failure. What is this fear of failure? This is not material. We are not talking about materialistic world. That is, I have set myself that I want to reach a particular spiritual level. But then I have this fear. Oh, will I? Yeah, will I? In this lifetime, will I be able to do that? With my kind of background, will I be able to do that? This is my constant thinking. That fear of failure, despair because of fear of failure, despair because of failure to reach the objective. Anavasti tatvani. So, means all this anavasti tattva means fear of slipping from the gained state. I have come to a particular state where, I'm able to cut off a lot of things, a lot of chittavrittis and things like that. But then I have this fear, oh, will I slip away from this? Chitta is chitta, we know. Vikshepastehe is delude or distraction. Antarayaha is obstacles. We have already seen this word. It's obstacles. Always antara means obstacle. Chitta vikshepastehe antarayaha means obstacles that delude the chitta. Obstacles that delude the chitta. Chitta is our software, us. So in summary, he's saying obstacles deluding or confusing or working against the chitta are disease, and are disease. That is what he says, vyadihi, disease, mental inertia, doubtfulness, carelessness, laziness, lack of dispassion, that is all the time looking for sensual pleasure, that is lack of dispassion or lack of detachment, or craving for sensual pleasure, wrong perception or delusion, fear of failure to reach objective, and fear of slipping from the gained state. Like I think Ashwini was saying, I think, that this chanting of Om, at some point of time she said, oh, I gave up. Because this fear of slipping away from whatever you have gained. So all these things cause is the cause for the state in which we are. And let us see what he says next.
Kumarji, I have a question about the sutra you just read.
Yeah.
Initially, it just mentions Vyadi, and I think you had also mentioned in your karma video as well. One of the participant also had the question. So that person has been practicing, meditating and all that, and then when he's aged and is in a lot of pain, it's difficult to practice. I have one of my close relative who is in the last stage of life, and she's suffering. All her life, she has practiced, she has chanted, she has been really good, but now she's in a helpless stage right now. So disease, as you said, as it is mentioned, it is one of the cause which is not under our control. And again, all the obstacles you mentioned, it is like so normal for human being to experience, like the doubt or perception, carelessness, or whatever it is. So it's practically impossible for us to overcome all of this obstacles. It's like it's naturally there, and you have to like constantly struggle to overcome all these things, along with the day-to-day challenges that a human being come across. So my question is like the two part to it, like how do you practice when you have things like you're undergoing pain, or like disease, or amnesia, or like even anything related to your memory loss, those kind of challenges if you're facing, how do you practice this? And second question is like yes, we are targeting towards it, but like how practical it is in day-to-day life.
Okay. I think he is going to give the prescription for that also. So why don't you hold on? Will
Okay.
you? Yeah.
Sure.
Let's listen to him fully, and then we will discuss this. So actually, if you read this earlier, it says careful thought will reveal that each type of condition requires a different kind of exercise to counteract all these different things that we saw, right? Laziness, delusion, all those various things. Careful thought will reveal that each type of condition requires a different kind of exercise to counteract. This is why physical breath, vibration, or thought exercises may be needed prior to learning to become observers of everything. Does this answer your question a little bit?
Yes. Yes.
Oh. So let us go. There's more. Let's go a little bit. I'm going to stop with this sutra because this is kind of important that we have this understanding. Dukkha daurmanasya angame chatva shwasa prashwasa vikshepa saha bhuvaha. Dukkha daurmanasya angame jatva shwasa prashwasa vikshepa saha bhuvaha. Let us see what it is. Dukkha, misery. Dukkham, we know what dukkham is. Daurmanasya, despondency. Angame jatva, trembling of the body. Trembling of the body, any part of the body. It could be hands, legs, the entire body, head, whatever. Shwasa prashwasa, inhalation and exhalation. Vikshepa, distortion or delusion. Saha bhuvaha, exist together or present together. So, in summary, he says, distortions that exist together, that is, with the obstacles noted in the previous sutra, with all that in the previous sutra, or that exist together, or misery, along with what we saw, these are also existing: misery, despondency, trembling of the body, and irregular inhalation and exhalation. So the breath itself becomes irregular. It becomes shallow. It is not deep. Normally, if your mental condition is good, then the breath also will be normal. Nice deep breath and nice exhalation. Otherwise, it will become very shallow. It will be quick intake, quick out, in and out, in and out. It will be very fast. That's what happens when people are in fear. You can see that the breath is becoming shorter and shorter. So I'm going to stop here. Any questions?
Kumar sir, I just woke up little late and I missed out on chanting. Kranti here. If you have time or if it's okay, I can chant at the end of the class.
Yeah, we will see if we have the time. You can chant at the end of the class. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So actually, it's Sutra 32. I just want to say, I'll just read the sutra just to give you hope that not everything is lost. Tat pratishedhartham eka tattva abhyasaha. So if you look at the sutra, he says all these things, various things, all these various conditions that we have spoken about is prevented by the practice of focus on a single principle. So hope is coming, is giving you a prescription. Okay. So I will stop here. And what do we have to discuss? Anything in particular? Yes. Yeah, Tammy, go ahead.
Namaste, everyone.
Okay.
Wow, what a powerful session. Ashwini, brings to my mind how important it is to realize that we are not this body. And when that time comes, the remembering, that's the other part, is having people around us to help us remember that. And it seems like in our remembering, right? We can remember how to breathe those breaths that take the pain away, or they take you away from the pain, right? Because you come kind of, you're not the body, so you stop identifying with the body. So I saw a lot about practice and focus and remembering. It was like kind of was what showed up in the sharing. And I'm sorry for anyone that has to go through that. We all will have our time, and to just understand what can we do when we're ready, because what do we want the last thoughts to go through our head to be, right? Do we want them to be with Purusha, God, or do we want them to be with the body? That's what I wanted to share right now. Oh, and another topic, somebody was talking about sensations that they were feeling, and that's not the electricity, the energy. And I'm a little bit energy sensitive, and what I learned with Dr. Rajan's teaching and mentorship was about nadis clearing, that you're clearing energy, and that's why it's moving like that so much. But there could be other things, but that might be a question to ask when Dr. Rajan comes about the energy questions. He's really good at answering those. Okay.
Yeah, that is correct. The clearing out of the nadis, the cleaning of the nadis, when it happens, you start feeling some movement. That's when you start feeling that. So as the nadis as the nadis get cleared out more and more, you will start feeling various movements. So that's why the entire yoga practice is experiential. That's why I didn't want to give the rule that, okay, inhale for 10 counts, exhale for 5 or 20 counts. Those kinds of things are just rule based. So even this, any kind of mantra that one is going to we chant, you have to feel. I mean, initially you're not going to feel anything, but over a period of time, you will start feeling those, because the nadis are getting opened up, because many of our nadis are all blocked. Why they are blocked? Because of all the vyadi, of all the diseases that he has spoken about in the sutra that we saw. Many of them are blocked. And now, as we settle down with the sutra, understand the sutra, and we start using these mantras, various mantras, especially when chakra vibration, each chakra has a particular seed mantra. Slowly those nadis clear out. As they clear out, you will feel the energy moving. After all, energy is what? It is electromagnetic vibrations. When electromagnetic vibrations are moving, you will feel those things moving. You will feel. You won't see. You will feel. It will be like a worm that is, dribbling inside you. Actually, Tammy would say, I can see some big feelers going out. That's what she would say. Going here and there, she will say that. So, I mean, each one in their own way will feel it. Whether will I feel it in the first day, second day, third day? Don't worry about that. It will come. But you got to practice. Dirgha Kala Nairantarya. Priya, it's always Dirgha Kala Nairantarya. That is the sutra. Are you ready to chant your sutra? Don't think I have forgotten.
Okay. Yeah.
So, this is the sutra for Priya. I gave it to her last week. Okay, go ahead, Priya. This is sutra number 14, I think. I mean, we don't have to see the sutra. Yes, go ahead. Satu, start with that.
1 second, Kumar.
You want me to put it on the screen?
No, I took it now. Satu Dirghakala Nairantarya Satkara Savito
Sevito.
Sevito Drita Bhumihi.
Very good. So that is the mantra I have given her. Not the mantra. Mantra is generally one syllable. So I have told her that she must fully drink this sutra. This is for many, but in her case, in her particular case, I have told her that every class she has to chant this here. And then after she absorbs the meaning, she will say the sutra and she will also tell the meaning.
Kumarji, just to add, Ashwini, your question,
Yes.
pain is real, right? Everybody who has done sadhana, it is real at the last stage of their life. Let's take Jiddu Krishnamurti. If you look at his last few days, Ramana Maharshi, if you take his last few days, they had critical illness, right? The pain is real, but what would really help them is the awareness. That's my experience as well.
Yes.
That awareness will get through the pain.
Yes.
But since we are born as a human, it is our karma. We have to go through the karma. So we will have those last few days. Whoever has to go through, we don't know how our last day is going to be. It is real for anyone. Even if you're a Siddha yogi, you still have to go through that.
That's why it is normally said, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Pain is inevitable. Pain comes because of karma. So you can do nothing about it. It is going to come. Because we are here because of the fruitioning of the karma, and it is going to strike us. There is a pattern in which it is going to strike us. So it's inevitable. It's going to come. But suffering because of the pain has come. That is something happens. I lose a job. So I can either suffer it or not suffer it. That is my choice.
The question is the pain again, as said, is real, as Manjula said. But again, if you don't have a control on your memory or your mind, because you've lost the ability to, because the pain is so bad and you're aging, and how do you
it's very
be centered?
If we cannot start this practice at the age of 70 and then gain mastery, if I'm already in great some mental illness I have, like dementia and things like that, if I start young, that is why we keep saying all of you are young and start now and not at the age of 7. See, there is also an understanding in Hinduism that at the time of the last breath, okay, if you say Narayana or you chant any name of God, anything, or whatever is your last thought, and this is the belief, okay, that whatever is your last thought, if your last thought is wanting to be reborn in a rich family or poor family or whatever it is, they say that will normally take place. So generally they will say at the last birth, think only of the divine. You don't want to come back. That's the idea, right? You want to get moksha. So can this come at the last minute if you have not practiced it at all in your life? All through your life, you have been running around in materialistic life. You have been running around. Can it come at the last minute? Impossible. We all need that practice. So just if I say Narayana in the last minute, Narayana is not going. I won't be able to say in the last minute. What will I say if I have pain? Will I say Narayana? I'll say Ayo Amma. That's what I'll be shouting. Right? How will I say Narayana, Govinda? How will I say that? And even if I say Narayana and Govinda, it will be a mechanical thing. It won't be with passion. So also, already Tammy mentioned this, but she did not probably put it in exact words. It is all these great souls that you talked about, Ramana Maharishi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and so many others, Sai Baba, J. Krishnamurti, and all these people, they detach themselves from the physical body. Right? They were detached from the physical body. In fact, with Ramana Maharishi, he had cancer in his arm. And the doctors would come look at it, and then, they know that it is going to hurt a lot. So they ask him, and he will, and when they ask him, I am okay, not, there's no, I am not being much bothered by this. And they will give him a set of prescriptions for the pain and all that. And they'll say there should be tremendous amount of pain. Yeah, and Ramana Maharshi would say, yeah, there is pain, but that pain is only for the body, not for me. So the software, the chitta, has completely detached itself with the hardware. Right? That's where we want to get to. That's a different issue, whether we get to there or not. At least we have to move towards that.
And another last question, I promise. Is this Yoga Sutra based on the belief in God? Is it its underlying principle is belief in God? Or
if you have that faith in the divine, then it makes it a lot easier.
okay.
Let me put it that way. That's why in a few sutras later he will say, beyond this point, it is the blessing of the divine. To get to certain states, he will say, beyond this point, it is the blessing of the divine. So if you are not able to accept that as divine, if you are able to accept it as, say, some universal energy, that is fine. If you're not able to accept anything like that, then it is difficult to go beyond that point. But you can definitely travel up to that point. The last stages of samadhi, I mean, even to get to samadhi, that faith is needed. Faith in the divine or the universal energy, whatever you want to call it, it is needed. See, many of you may not know that what Buddha got to was not samadhi. He never got to the samadhi state, which means he did not connect with the divinity, which means he did not discover divinity. That is why Buddhism does not have divinity in it. He only went to the stage of quietening the chittavrittis. That's all. He stopped there. And we all know that that is not the final state. That is only the beginning state, correct? That's the state we want to get to, so that we can get to connect to the divine and then imbibe all the knowledge from there. Yes? So Buddha did not get there. His chittavritti is quietened down. That's all. So as far in the spiritual world, in well-known spiritual world, Buddha's thing is very, very low. So if somebody calls Buddha as enlightened, he is not. Please understand that.
So if Buddha didn't achieve, what chance do we have?
Huh? What is that?
If Buddha did not achieve samadhi, what chances do we have?
That's where our thinking comes into picture. Buddha thought that was it. That quietness itself was so good. It felt so good. So much was on his shoulders. That quietness was unbelievably. He was at unbelievable peace. He thought he thought that was the end. He didn't think it was anything beyond. That's why they say shunya. He didn't think that was, he had to go beyond that.
Vipassana says, I mean, they follow Buddhism, and Vipassana, like Goenka Guru, he says, like, if you believe in God, you are accumulating your prarabdha. Then again, like you are accumulating your prarabdha, and again you'll have another janma. So instead of that, you just concentrate on your breathing and clear your vyadhis, your
See,
doubts.
whatever Guru is telling you that, find out from him whether he has made the discovery on his own.
No, I'm not following anyone, but I have been to this Vipassana, and there Goenka says this, like, if you believe in God, you are accumulating the prarabdha, I mean karma again.
But what karma?
Our karma, good and bad and whatever. So if you just do breathing exercises, you are clearing your vidis.
Karma is based on your reactions. See, every activity is a karma. And how we do that, that's how we accrue karma. How we do the activity. Are we doing it in a detached way? Then we don't accrue any karma.
Kumarji, you said like you should be detached.
Correct.
How
and
is
now
it
you are
possible?
asking me how to be detached?
No, I don't want to be detached.
Oh, yeah, then that is fine. That is your choice.
But then you are saying to get detached. How can we? When you have given birth to children, I mean, like, and
That's why I
how can
said
we get detached?
detachment is different from indifference. Detachment is not running away from home. Detachment is not running away from responsibilities. Detachment is not stopping from earning. Detachment is not stopping from cooking. Detachment is not stopping from taking care of, if you have elders at home. It is not running away from that responsibility. None of it. Indifference is. Detachment is doing all that, but not being attached. But not being attached to any of these things. Because when we do things, we are going to see sutras on that. It is always, we have this thought. Most of the 99.99% of humanity is always calculating. We calculate profit and loss in everything that we do. Whether you accept it or not doesn't matter to me. For that, you have to think deeply. In every relationship, in every activity, there is a profit and loss calculation. If I do this, will it be profitable to me? If I do this, oh, will it end up in loss? If I think there is any chance of it is going to be not profitable to me, I won't do it. I will say I will do it, but I won't do it. That's another level of.
But sometimes it happens, Kumarji, like if we don't calculate at all, we just leave it up to God. We are always in loss.
You are
That I have
always in
seen. Always in loss.
what loss? Material loss.
Yes, of course.
So this class is not about material gain.
But what is this? What about this punya and papa punya? Everything is related, no, Kumarji?
No, I said
This chitta
papa
and all,
and
what we are
punya.
doing.
Papa and punya you accrue based on your reactions. When you do an activity, I come and teach every Saturday. Do you think I come here saying, oh, if I teach this class, I'll get punya? That is, huh? Oh. Because I don't want punya also. Because at the end,
Why?
when I take my last breath, that slate should be clean. No punya, no papa. If I have punya, even if I have one punya, I have to come back to enjoy that punya. And when I come here to enjoy that punya, obviously because of the klesha, I will do something stupid and I will get bad karma, and that will entail another birth. It will go on and on and on. When you are aware, you have to get rid of everything.
How can we come to your stage, Kumarji?
Why are you putting me on a pedestal?
I'm just asking.
No, this comes from constant pondering. You have to look at your life. You said you don't want to be detached. You are not wanting to get detached because you still feel this world of desires, which I am called as a sewer. I am calling it as a sewer. It's sewage to me. For you, it smells good. So how can I convince you that sewage is bad? I can't, right?
Yes.
You have to find out for
No,
yourself.
now I know that what you meant is what you mean is there is a difference. As you said, there is a difference between detachment and
Indifference.
responsibility. Yeah, indifference. Yeah,
Indifference.
sorry,
They
indifference.
are two different.
Now I understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew you will come back. So thank you.
That was Krishna says, Karmane Vadikaraste Ma Phale Sukadachana. So karma is doing. When don't accept the benefits, then you are detached.
Yes.
So
That's why I said
add
profit and loss. Everything is fruit oriented. Forget about that's what do your duty. Fruit is not it is not in our domain. But although we say that, we are programmed to think about the fruit all the time. Will I get it? Will I get it? Will I get it? Even a small thing, you make sambar at home, or you make a dal at home and you serve, and you're constantly expecting, will my husband or will my spouse say it tastes very good, or will my children say, oh, it tastes very nice. Constant, that expectation is there. And if nobody says anything, you say, oh, they didn't say anything. And then the next day, they say, or in the later meal, the evening meal, they say, oh, the dal is very good. Then or something else, they say. Then you said, oh, then you will say, oh, this morning, whatever I did was not good. Because you never commented, you never passed compliments. Because constantly we are expecting that kind of a recognition from others. Why do you need recognition from others? Because we are constantly with the outside world. Everything we think, my happiness will come only from outside. Only if my family members recognize me for the cooking that I have done, only then I feel satisfied and happy. It is not from there, it is coming from inside. That klesha is telling you, unless that comes, no happiness for you. The klesha inside you is telling that. Get rid of that klesha, then whether they say it, whether they don't say it, it doesn't matter to you. Because you understand that sambar was done, that dal was done through the divine intelligence. Every single thing that you did, the amount of pepper that you put, the amount of salt that you added, the amount of oil that you used for tadka, the ingredients that you used for everything, you will understand that intelligence came from there. If not today, it came maybe 10 years back and you put it in the memory. I remember very well, I was 35 or 36 when I learned how to prepare rasam. Until then, I did not know any cooking. I was 35. So I learned it from my mother. I was in my mother's place for a short vacation for 3-4 months. So I said, before I go to USA, I want to learn a few things. Because I had first come to USA for a year. I went back and I said, I need to know cooking. Otherwise, I cannot survive in USA. So I learned from my mother. So the first time learning that rasam, going through that process. It took about 2 weeks to kind of nail it down. I would tell my mother, I will do rasam every day. When I was there for 2 weeks, I used to do rasam every day. And after that, I said, I'm going to be here for another month or so, or a couple of months. I will do rasam. I will make a little quantity, but I will do it every day. So the day that blend, right? Anybody can make rasam. If you put the ingredients together, YouTube says, put all these things and then boil it for 20 minutes. Do you think the rasam will come out well? It is the blend. It is the blend. And in that blend is the divine. Divine has to do that blend. You can use the same stove, same heat position, same quantity of water, which I did yesterday. I measure everything, but the rasam at the end recipe is not the same. Because I forgot to be aware of the divine as I did that. See, I stayed with my sister for 4 years in Chennai when I was working, when I started the job. So my sister will make sambar every day, some kind of sambar. Till today, although I don't eat her sambar every day now, in those 4 years, although I may not have told her, it will be the same sambar every day. Same sambar meaning different vegetables, the taste wise. Different taste, different types of sambars, but the taste is so perfect. Is here. Listen. I did not acknowledge it then. I have never paid compliments then. I'm paying the compliment now. She never asked, what is this, Kumar? You not even one day you have appreciated what I have done. She's never said that. When we understand that whatever we do is coming from above and not from my effort and not from my intelligence rather, then all these things will not matter. None of these things will matter. So on that note, it's already 8:45. I've said a lot of things.
Now I
Yes.
understand why I always burn my food.
Yes.
And my sister, she undercooks, especially when baking.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, even last week, I gave you an example of this hearing aid. So, I saw it as the divine grace that took me to that point of being able to fix it. In that, last week I did not say, I also saw the love and compassion of the divine. How? Something is missing. If I have to go to an examination and then I miss a pen, the usual pen, I'm struggling, and then my father or mother or sibling runs and looks around and finds the pen for me, right? Then I'll say, oh, so thank you so much. I love you. We say that. Here the divine came running for my hearing aid. Look at the compassion and the love. Priya, this is for you. I don't know if she is here or not. So I've not been able to speak about my Archimedes example. Maybe next week, and we'll also work on all these different polls that we have done. Or through the week, I'll release some of these poll results and say what I think is the answer. Okay. Any other question before we really wind up?
No, thank you. Very good discussion. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are
Thank you,
not
sir.
discussing
Sorry for
astronomy and the moon, moon's position and all that, but we can do it next week or over
Yeah,
the
we
chat.
are already out of time, so I want to stop here.
Namaste, Kumarji. We didn't get the recording of last week, right? You didn't send.
Yeah, it is coming.
Okay.
So I am waiting on Dawn to send the files. So moment I have it, I'll put it on YouTube. I'll have the link sent to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. Next Saturday.
Next
I am
Saturday.
excited. I can do it every day.
Yeah, do it every day. Which is good.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.